pleased to extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you for this capacity building program on public library personnel under the banner of National Mission on Libraries, Ministry of Culture, Government of India, organized by Rammohun Library Foundation in collaboration with Ananda Rangapillai Library, Pondicherry University. The purpose of this program is to equip the public library professionals in the era of ICT environment to extend the community information services for the public library users, to preserve the rare materials, to make it repair, like binding the damaged books, and to build up the soft skills for library professionals. We have carefully captured and curated the lectures, hands-on experience, demonstration, interactive sessions. Even there, we called the experts in the field of library and information science, computer science, the management. Their invaluable experience and expertise will provide you with the practical insights, hands-on learning opportunity, and the chance to gain a deeper understanding of a key concept and the best practices followed in the public library systems. However, to avoid the valuable time of all, I will go for welcome speech. I welcome all of you. My specific welcome to our chief guest, the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Gurmeet Singh Sir. Sir, we welcome you for this 1 week capacity building the program. We invited our Honorable Vice Chancellor because he is the backbone of our campus. In addition to that, there is a proverb is there, who will make our dream come true. In the campus, our Vice Chancellor made the employee dream to come true. I will cite a few examples. The present day teaching faculty are living in the digital environment, but our classrooms are equipped with traditional boards, old projectors. Our Vice Chancellor, he observed the situation, he purchased ample of smart boards to all classroom, including us. See, this is the smart board, interactive board things. Another, what will happen? There are so many recruitments since beginning. If the people are from Tamil Nadu, they will be settled in the Pondicherry. What about the people other than Tamil Nadu? They're facing the residential problem because due to language barrier or to stay in the lush green campus, they're very much dreaming to stay in the campus. It was not problem, but it is also observed by our Vice Chancellor. Our Vice Chancellor ordered to construct the fair number of residential quarters to all type of teaching faculty. Even it will witness within a couple of months, all the staff quarters will be inaugurated. Another, the beauty is for more than a decade, there is no promotions for teaching faculty. There is no promotion for administrative staffs. But our Vice Chancellor observed this one also. He promoted all the eligible candidates to the respective, maybe associate, maybe professor. He promoted all the administrative staffs for their assistant registrar, deputy registrar, or section officer to assistant registrar for all eligible candidates. Another beauty is like this. There are some staffs were there. They are struggling for their bread and butter to feed their parents, kids. They are none other than contractual staffs. These contractual staffs also observed as a permanent staff. So like this, I can quote n number of examples. Due to shortage of time, I don't want to quote. Sir, however, we welcome you once again. I welcome our the Director General of Raja Rammohun Library Foundation and Indian National Library. The Director General plays a dominant role in strengthening and maintaining the capabilities to set the and achieve the development objectives of public libraries professionals by conducting the chain of capacity building program throughout India, all the states in each districts also. Even under the National Mission on Libraries, Model Libraries, he framed all state libraries and each district libraries into a library where they can stand up to provide the community information services. Even if I'm not wrong, the Director General is also responsible for the creation of National Virtual Library of India. Like this, he initiated many new things. Another thing I would like to tell one more thing. Just like our Vice Chancellor, sir, he is also working around 18 to 19 hours per day. Morning, he arrived at 3 a.m. in the guest house. But by that time, 9 o'clock, he made it everything ready. He inquired regarding the program, regarding the resource person, regarding each and every activities. Then by 10 o'clock, he is here. So these activities, we cannot imagine by other professionals. So he initiated like anything. Even they also extended us to have a RRRLF committee in the university library to strengthen the Panchayat libraries, Mandal libraries.
Thank you all. Now I would like to request Professor Ajay Pratap Singh to address the gathering.
My most revered teacher and Vice Chancellor of Pondicherry University, Professor Gurmeet Singh Ji, Director, Academic Staff College, Director, Art and Culture, Controller of Exam, Deans of the Faculties, Head of the Departments, University Librarian, staff of Pondicherry University, and dear participants coming from various states of the country. It is my pleasure to address you and share my feelings regarding public libraries and the future of public libraries in India. It's a sort of report card also when my professor is sitting over here. I joined Raja Rammohun Royal Library Foundation when pandemic was going on in the year 2020. Being a professor of library science in Banaras Hindu University, it was not expected from my side to join an organization of having the post of DG in equal cadre. But I was well concerned with the status of public libraries throughout the country. Whenever I used to teach my students regarding public library system, it was very common that always I felt very bad that in long 73 years, we could not achieve a good target in terms of public libraries. We could not ensure library system, good environment of reading and writing, quality books to poor and deprived people of the country. It was a regular feeling what I used to have every year whenever I taught public libraries to my students. I got the chance. I was not desirous to join. I joined only after 2.5 months of long thinking and decision making. And finally I joined with long list of motives, desires and targets. Since the first day, I was having very hot interaction with bureaucrats, political leaders and decision makers that why we don't have well-structured, well-designed, properly funded public library system in the country. And I was having a good list. Like, number 1, libraries must reach to each and every village. Libraries must be a part of concurrent list in the Constitution of India, besides, although presently it is in state list. The nation must have one National Library Act, rather to approach each and every government to convince them to make their act Quality Act. To have public library cadre in the country, to have National Institute which may provide quality education and research support for specifically public librarians. So these are some few points what I was having in my list. And in these 3 years, I have already completed my 3 years on 7th June this year. And in these 3 years, I am happy to say that we achieved a good count. Like, government has accepted that each and every village panchayat must have library. And in this budget, Honorable Finance Minister of Government of India announced that Government of India will provide support to state governments for ensuring or promoting panchayat libraries. At the same time, they announced that a national digital library for children and adolescents will also be introduced very shortly. It was 28th February. In the month of May, later part of month of May, I am happy to say that Government of India has allocated 5,000 crore rupees for ensuring panchayat libraries in each and every state and UT. At the same time, we had one Chintan Shivir in Delhi. That Shivir was specifically for various organizations of Ministry of Culture for ensuring quality system, quality administration, best possible support to the society. And we had very deep discussions with all stakeholders related with the administration, including Honorable Minister Culture, Honorable State Minister's Culture, Secretary, all Joint Secretaries and all Head of the Departments of Ministry of Culture. And a good count of declarations or acceptances were made over there after these long discussions. And whatever targets I told you, everything was added over there. And it was a common consensus as an outcome of that Shivir that Ministry of Culture will send proposals regarding change from state list to concurrent list, regarding Public Library Act for the nation, regarding public librarians cadre to Cabinet of Government of India. So these things up to this mark we achieved, and I am pretty sure that we are having a very good future in terms of public libraries. As we have already reached to the target destination of having panchayat library in each every panchayat, it is my duty, means it is RRLF's duty to ensure state governments and convince them to establish quality panchayat library in each and every panchayat. Because all of us are well aware that government used to take decision, government used to have dreams and plans, but these dreams and plans are fulfilled only if they are implemented in qualitative manner at grassroots level. So we have started, we used to have state library planning committees in each and every state, where committee is headed by either Minister of concerned state government in charge for public libraries or the Principal Secretary of in charge department. So I used to be a member of that planning committee, and we already started having discussions with these state library planning committees in various states. We will also have separate workshop with each and every district librarians state-wise for ensuring that each and every district librarian is well informed that what is the target, what is the expectation, and what is the feeling of Government of India, especially Ministry of Culture. In nutshell, I can say that my ministry is having a desire to make each and every library like community drawing room. So that type of quality infrastructure we must have. They do have expectation to ensure quality documents are reaching to the last library in a timely manner. So in these regards, we will have workshops in each and every state, and again we'll try to develop a system of public libraries which is starting from village library till state central library in an inverted tree where each and every library is well connected. It is again a problem, like libraries are standalone. State library is there, district libraries are there, but they are not having proper interaction, proper control, proper coordination. Likewise, once these village libraries will come up, they will also require support there. So this will be a sort of initiation for ensuring proper coordination, proper cooperation among all libraries. At the same time, we also have one scheme under non-matching scheme, like where central government used to provide support, where central universities are providing or running village libraries with generous support of Raja Rammohun Royal Library Foundation. So again, once these libraries are come up, I would like to request Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to please own few village libraries for which RRRLF will ensure funding support for their further development and enrichment. This capacity building program is a part of 4 components of National Mission on Libraries, which was established in 2004. And one component is to ensure that each and every public librarian is well trained in terms of latest technologies, well trained in terms of those skills which are dying, like binding, preservation of documents, and which is very much expected from the side of library, books, and the librarian. These are very important for making the public librarians updated with all these things. So this is the 36th capacity building program. Till now, we have trained almost 1,400 participants, and in this program, 62 participants from Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, and Pondicherry and Kerala are participating. So previously, these training programs used to take place in Calcutta only. But for ensuring more and more training programs, for ensuring more participation of library professional at regional level, we decentralized all these programs. We will host capacity building program in Calcutta also, but they will be only those persons who will perform outstandingly in their libraries. So you are having opportunity here to learn, then you please implement things in your library, and once we observe that you have done remarkably, we will invite you to Calcutta and stay over there and train and have advanced training. So with these few words, I am very much fortunate to Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, Anand Rangapillai Library, the officers of Pondicherry University, those who have accepted my proposal and provided us opportunity to provide this due support to these 2 librarians of this region. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Ajay Pratap Singh, sir, for the beautiful words. In fact, we all were delighted to hear the happenings in the public library area and the activities of Raja Rammohun Royal Library Foundation. During the informal interaction with him, he's a man of dreams, and he never his dream let off. He chased the dream and he makes sure that he achieves the dream. In fact, he was also telling that he is also trying to build a national institute for the library and information science. Like IITs and IIMs, library science will also have the national level institutions. Thank you very much, sir, for being here and addressing the gathering. Thank you. Now I would like to request our Honorable Vice Chancellor. We all were waiting to listen to him, Professor Gurmeet Singh, sir, for the inaugural address.
Thank you, Sibi. Very good morning. Vanakkam to every friend who is present here. And above all, Professor Ajay Pratap Singh, who's taken time out of his extremely busy schedule and to be with us for a few hours. I thought he'll be here for a couple of days, but a few hours. But nevertheless, since you're here, we are really appreciative of your efforts, and we are grateful that your presence here will give a right direction to the library movement in this part of the country. I will take you back to when we were students in first year and second year. I remember there were certain very sought after books, and there will be very few copies. One will take it and the other fellow will come and reserve that book. And we will go every day, has it come back? Has it come back? What I am trying to tell you is that we did not have enough financial resources that librarian could order 6 more copies if there's a demand. He would say 1 copy, and we never had photocopyings and other resources. One would take and we'll sit down and make notes with a carbon paper so that 6 of our friends can be benefited. Those were the days. Then gradually when we came down to the research side, we would go to the library to look at the chemical abstracts. They'll be hidden in one corner, we'll take a stair and do that. But the staff during those days was so dedicated, they'll say, sir, you're looking for 1958 volume, let me go and get it. He would clean, bring it to our seat. Those were the days, very difficult days. And we have traversed a journey from that level, we have now come down to a place where there is a library everywhere. Now for that, I'll give credit to Dr. Ajay Pratap, because he said when he took over, his dream was to have a library in every district. Rightly so. We never thought of this earlier on. But when he took over, he gave a shape to this. Most important thing which you have heard, he probably coaxed, argued, fought with the higher officials, the persons who mattered in Ministry of Culture and Education, both put together, that it should be brought on the concurrent list. Well, if we can have a budget on health, if we can have budget on road construction, why not a budget on libraries? Why should Kadlur district have one and Vilupuram will not have another one? It should be a collective effort. It should be a concurrent list. Well, this much is allocated to this. So he's given a shape. Not only that, shape giving is when you think of having a library, that's one side of it. Other is to modernize. He just made a statement at the last part of his talk that ensure that at least 50 villages in and around your library are connected to you. Well, when I took over, we adopted a village scheme. We adopted villages, we started sending people, started guiding them. Similarly, if you remember, we had 4 campuses, satellite campuses we have, and everybody would have an access to something, but places like Karaikal, Mahe, they didn't have this access. So when I visited, they said, sir, this much will be needed. I said, no, we'll all be connected to the main library. That is what is required. Optimization of resource utilization. We should think of that, why should it be that I should be able to have an access? My fellow in the neighborhood or in a village should not be able to have it. Let's have an approach where we all treat everybody as a good friend. And one of the best ways for a country to progress is to expand information science. And you will say information science is available in our palm. We can open and have it anytime. You do not know what to have. You don't know what to search. And you will not be able to focus for that long because there is a limitation of what you can read, what you can do. But when you are in a good ambience like one we have here, and you have a book, you don't feel like leaving. You don't feel like getting up. So such an ambience should be provided everywhere. And every district, as he rightly said, should have a good library. One of the reasons for our country making slow progress in the initial 3 decades of independent period was that we did not pay enough attention to this. I remember in Delhi there used to be one library called Delhi Public Library, where anybody who is not connected with any institution would go there and read and would become a member, which was not open to everybody. You had to get a government certificate, your pay certificate, and all kinds of things. When we became students, we had good libraries like American Library was there, British Council was there. So we would go and become a member. No question asked, do you get a stamp when you become a member? So that kind of access was there for bigger cities. When you come down to the smaller town and then to the districts and then to villages, the access wasn't there. I'm glad that has now come with the presence of persons like Professor Ajay Pratap. We need such people, let me tell you. And that's why when he was addressing, I immediately told our librarian that let him be a part of all our committees so that we are all guided in the right direction. That's the mission. Idea is that let's benefit out of somebody's experience. It is not that if I invite him, I'll be giving more importance. Not a question of importance. We have to look at it from the point of view of our country. If we have a person, let's make best use of his presence on this scenario. And he came here. We are really very happy. And I'm delighted that library mission is getting a right direction. Let me tell you, when I recently interacted with him in Calcutta in one of the functions, many who were there, including some of the higher officials, they did not know that we have a library mission. We have somebody who's trying to connect this. They never heard about it. But now with this kind of progress that we are making, it should be our endeavor that nobody in our country should be left without access to the library system. There is a sea change. We were reading books. Now what we are doing is, there is a technology which is involved. There is a technological change. Somebody can come here, search whatever you want, download, copy it, print it. So all those advantages are there. So why should a fellow countryman, whatever position, whatever profession one is in, why should he not be having an access? And that would be possible when we all move in a direction that every citizen of our country should have an access. And that, as Mahatma Gandhi said, that a progress of a country begins from the smallest unit. That smallest unit is our village. If villages are progressive, if villages can be looked after very well, if they progress, the country will automatically progress. But if Delhi becomes one of the finest cities in the world with every kind of an access, and a villager doesn't have it, it'll go in no direction, let me tell you. This is what we have seen. And those who have been abroad, many of you would have seen when you would have been surfing in the net. When you go to a country like Japan, you go to a country like Germany, Korea, any other advanced country, you would have noted that if I am staying in a village and I need something, I don't need to travel 50 kilometers. I'll walk across the road and whatever is needed will be available there. And same thing, if you go to a bigger city like New York or Washington or Tokyo, it is there. But all that would be possible if I read something about Amazon, if I read something about Flipkart, if I read something about library mission, if I read something, what are the accessible points we have? That would be possible if something is before us. If I read, I'll be able to know it. This reading habit is one, unfortunately I'll say, maybe we are all responsible for this, is dying in our student community. When we were there, we would die to have a look at the newspaper, and we'll walk across, we'll look at all kinds of newspaper and they'll be there. Now we have it on our palm, but then how many of us try to do it? None probably. I'm saying is from my experience, from the interviews that I've conducted across the departments, teaching, non-teaching both, and when we ask them how many states we have, they are not able to answer. Who is the Home Minister? They are not able to answer. Not that we are mugged up. It is only when we read in the newspaper we come to know all that. This is what is required. This habit of reading is dying out in our younger generation. Though facilities are improving, everything is there, but they are dying down because of the fact that we are not doing our duty in the manner we are supposed to be doing. I remember there were good teachers in Delhi University during that time, and when they would lecture, people will stand, the whole room would be packed and people will stand in the windows to take notes. Now, when the lecture is there, half of the students will say, I'll take it from him, I'll look at it from net and do that. This is what is needed to improve. We give our best and we tell students that, look, these are the places you have to read from. Then they will get an inculcation that yes, we need to look at it, we need to read. So I keep forcing everybody that you read these things. Coming down to our administrators, I'll take a minute more. They hardly look at it, that what are the changes. Few days back, I was with the Tamil Nadu governor, called us, all the South Indian vice chancellors, to talk about national education policy. Believe me, 1/3 of the people probably did not know what is contained in this. I said, there's a document which has come. No, where is it? When you do it, we'll also do it. That's the attitude. That has to change. And when we start doing our work seriously for all our students, they will also get into a habit of reading. And that reading habit will come from his mission. And his mission is on a takeoff stage, let me tell you. If every district, every village will have a library, there is no reason why a villager, when he gets a spare time, will not go and read. That is what is needed. And I'm glad that he's giving a very right direction to this movement, which is very much needed. Again, I'll give you an example of some of these countries which I named. You go there, even in the remotest village, they will have an excellent library with all the facilities. They will have an excellent hospital with all the facilities. If you could think of having hospitals all over, of the national importance like AIMS, JIPMER and others, similar aim should be there that we should have an equally well-equipped library everywhere. That should be an institution of national importance. That is the decision, that is the aim with which our friend Dr. Ajay Pratap is working on. I am sure it is going to be a reality. And with his presence in most of the bodies all across the country, we'll get a right direction and we are in a right movement. Capacity building is a very important thing. I am saying this because this course will be run, you will attend this, and the matter should not be over there. Please pass on this information to everybody. Then this mission will be a success. It is needed. Let me tell you, we are not all born intelligent or born aware of everything. Whatever will be conveyed in this capacity building program, take it seriously and tell, you would be one of those who would have come. Not whole staff from your area would be there. Convey it to them that whatever was conveyed here, then if you do that by word of mouth from you to another 6 to 36, it will go further, and that is what is the need of our, and that is what a country like ours, I can't afford to have 30 computers for 20 people. I can afford to have 3 computers for 30 people. So by your mission, your endeavor, your efforts, what you are going to attend, if you pass it on further by word of mouth, it will go a long way in establishing what we are hoping for. And if that is extended everywhere, including education, medicine, engineering, whatever, you will find that we are going to be achieving what we are looking forward to. That's about it. And I am finally thankful once again, in fact grateful that he spared his time. And I hope, not only hope, I am sure, I am 100% certain about it, that in future, whenever we want him, whenever we request him for any help, he will be there to assist us in the best of ways. Finally, our library is one of the best libraries you would have seen. I don't know whether you have shown him or not. It has all the facilities. It has everything. Such a kind of library should be there everywhere in the country. And for that, we have a man, what do you say in English, Man Friday or Man of the Day. So he's here. I wanted to say right in the beginning, we have a tall figure amongst us. It is in both senses. He is a tall figure. You can see when he was standing here, and he's a tall figure amongst the library movement in our country. I am sure we are in for a very good time. Thank you so very much, and all the very best to everybody.
Thank you very much, Professor Gurmeet Singh sir, for the kind words. In fact, it's well taken that the optimum utilization of the resources is the need of the time through the resource sharing. I remember the famous quoting of Swami Vivekananda, "Arise, awake, let's not stop till the goal is reached." So this is very apt for him. He is the one who is a person of a vision, who takes all the faculty, non-teaching, and other staff in the university to work towards a goal to get the university into heights. Thank you very much, sir, for being here today. Now we come to the last proceedings of the day of the inaugural session. I would like to request my colleague, Dr. M. Bhaskar, for the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Shibu. Good morning to all. On behalf of Pondicherry University Central Library and my own behalf, I extend a hearty vote of thanks to our Chief Guest and Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Gurmeet Singh Ji, for his guidance and support extended to conduct this program. Today, my words are not enough to express my gratitude to our Vice Chancellor. Today, our Vice Chancellor has blessed us with his kind words, and we are all inspired by your great words. Thank you. On behalf of Ananda Rangapillai Library, I would like to thank you, Program Chair Professor Ajay Pratap Singh Sir, the Director General, National Library and RRRLF, for taking his precious time out and for spending his precious time with us today, but also for his continuous support to the library and also for his speech about the importance of library education system. Your words have inspired all the library professionals. Thank you, sir. My special thanks to our Controller of Examination for your great presence with us today. We will ever remain grateful to you, sir. At this juncture, I would also like to thank all the RRLF officials for being with us today. I also extend my thanks to the Director HRDC, the deans from various schools, and the professors, faculty members from various departments for your gracious presence with us today. Thank you, sir. I also extend my thanks to Sri V. Kaliyaperumal, Director, Arts and Culture, Government of Puducherry, for the participation in this function. Thank you, sir. I also extend my thanks to all the administrative officers of Pondicherry University for being with us today. Thank you, sir. I wish to thank all the participants and guests for making this program a great success. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to place on record my hearty thanks to the entire library team for their help and support in making this program a great success. I also extend my thanks to Pondicherry University EMRC for their excellent coverage of the program. My sincere thanks to Dr. M. Vijay Kumar, University Librarian, Pondicherry University, for giving the opportunity to propose vote of thanks on this occasion. Once again, I thank you all for being with us. Thank you.